The wait is finally over. The true international Season 2 Indian qualifiers is on the horizon now. And when we talk about horizon, it's against the team that have been brutally, progressing to the stages, and they have well earned this spot for this grand finals. It's gonna be Tartarus, and it's gonna be LCF, and of course, this journey is not gonna be alone. We're gonna be accompanied by the man, the majestic sounding guy. Needs no introduction, but actually I'm gonna put more into that because this guy has international belts, also casting in the IESF stage. Ladies and gentlemen, we got the Linwil.
Hello folks. So thank you very much for that intro, Bolty. And you didn't have to put me up in that pedestal there. Now the entire series is just gonna be all. It's just gonna be that fact again. I'm not even gonna highlight it once again. But Bolty, how are you doing? How are you doing this fine evening?
I wouldn't say I'm doing good because I'm actually sick. I'm not supposed to cast, but I'm here for some reason. But since of course we got the GOAT Linwil casting here, how can I just slip that opportunity away? But speaking about the grand finals right now, of course, it's going to be either a win or lose because these teams, they're going to battle it out for the prize pool as well as the jersey sponsorship. But other than that, they're going to be representing India now. So this is a proud moment for India to be representing into the True International Stage Season 2, where we're going to be up against, I'm pretty sure, like a bunch of countries. In Season 1, we only have like 3. It was India, it was Philippines, and it was Indonesia, and that was just it. But as of now, there's going to be more. We got Laos, we got Bhutan, we got Cambodia, we got Timor-Leste, and at the same time, we also got Indonesia and Philippines, as usual, and it's going to be a lot of fun. I'm just only worried about the ping, the ping difference, because that is something it's kind of hard to solve unless you play on a LAN. But other than that, it's a proud moment for India because this,
indeed,
we're gonna be out there, guys. That's all I'll say. Yep. But right now, Linwil, can you talk more about like the international stage, the IESF?
I mean, the IESF is just it's just different countries facing off against each other, and then qualifying to a certain point where you face off to higher leagues, you get off to a higher point in the stage here, at least to get a chance for that sick prize pool and the sick name. But for now, though, the Indian qualifier here is one which is I'm very excited to see. At least, like you mentioned, a lot more countries this time in Season 2. So now, I mean, the ping issue is always there, like you said.
Yeah.
But both sides are going to be having it, so we're probably having to see a compromise between which area is the best for that. But folks, today is the grand finals once again. Bolty, you highlighted, we have Team Tartarus and LCF Lakshmi Chip Fun ready on stage. She's a BO5 and Tartarus. I mean, they've come this far without losing a single round.
Man. That is very true. Tartarus, they haven't lost anything. They are only clean sweeping. And that's something they're setting standards for themselves. But LCF on the other hand, of course, they have faced again Tartarus during like I'm pretty sure in the semifinals upper brackets. And then they lost, they dropped down to the lower brackets, and that's where they, come up to the redemption of the grand finals again. But maybe like this time around, they need to cook up something, man. They can't just be throwing those games. It's just always like a 2-0 onto the favor of Tartarus. But here we are, guys, into the drafting phase. We got LCF onto the blue side, and we got Tartarus on the red side. But LCF, look at that. Coach Lentina is going to be the one coaching LCF. This is actually the first time I've seen Coach Lentina. So, what about you, man?
Yeah, first time as well. And LCF, I didn't know they had a coach here. And this time, maybe after we've had the balance patch yesterday, I believe so, or a couple days ago. I mean, a lot of things got changed, heroes got buffed, and then again roles got swapped here and there. And now that the fact that they have a coach at least to guide them through in the draft phase is going to be pretty solid, I'd say. But the bans though coming from both sides are looking pretty strong for now. But then again, LCF, what do they want to prioritize?
Just looking at the band so far, they are prioritizing on respecting Joseph there, because that's a 3 assassin carry jungle band, and they don't want to give Joseph his comforts definitely on those heroes. So as of now, this is going to be the final ban to the side of Tartarus. They've taken out mostly EXP. Of course, Aphobius is like a pickle ban. If you have seen Chrono's tier list, he just puts him on the, I'm pretty sure it's a pickle band. So also Kalea.
Oh, was last patch.
Oh yeah, that's also true. But
yeah,
Aphobius, I mean, it's still decent, man. It's decent.
I mean, fair enough, I'd say. Yeah.
Oh,
especially in the middle.
though.
Very solid here. And seeing that LCF has picked up Bausha before, this is going to be very solid, and the opening is going to be determining what the draft is going to be for the rest of this first phase. And now we got the Kimi open, we got the Matilda open if they want to slot for that, but no, Kimi locked in right out from the get-go.
I'm pretty sure Kimi was like tuned down a bit in this current patch, because she was like of course just dominating in the last patch. So I'm not sure if she's going to be performing like before, but as of now on the side of Tartarus, they're prioritizing something that can nuke down backlines, also start some initiations. That's going to be a Farsa onto the hands of Tartarus. And for Kimi, we don't know yet. What are your thoughts?
Oh, I was just about to say the roam here. But I mean, Badang is such a great opener. You can slot it in. The EXP could go for the roam here. But now Tartarus having the mind games, pulling it in for game number 1, and that's what you want to do. Just leave no room to breathe with. And now LCF here could answer back. Now maybe the marksman could be an option here to take it on. Unless maybe the Kimi is a marksman. Have we seen the Kimi mage or marksman recently before?
It's both. Kimi is actually flexible on both lanes. She can go mid, she can go gold lane. Because he's a tomboy, I always try to say he for some reason. So, but anyway.
But LCF, right? Like, have they picked the Kimi before, like yesterday?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they picked it, but it does not go in their favor. It's just that I think Tartarus. They didn't actually go against Tartarus, but wait. Yesterday, actually, it was like a walkover because Ashelon Ascendria, it got walkover. But I'm pretty sure they faced with another team, and then they picked the Kimi. But I guess it worked out for them. Yeah.
Yep. And now the first draft's over, folks. You got Kimi, Gadakacha, Suyo on the left side, and then Harriet here picked up alongside the Farsa and Badang on the right side here. And Tartarus looking pretty solid going into the bans though. We already have one ban from South Tartarus, but now LCF could go for jungle ban in this case. What do you think?
Maybe they're just looking for more. Right? You just have to respect Joseph there, because they haven't picked out anything. If you narrow it down, and even when King Kong was respected with the bans, at the end he was picking his uncomfortable hero, and it ended up kind of costing the game. So they can also put up that strategy, but I mean, Tartarus, each and individual role, they play really nice. Like, you can't just, respect one, because there's always another guy you can pop off. There's the gold lane, there's the 27, there's also Eden, right? Like, these are also really good players to look out. But yes, again, like you said, Linville, look at that. The Ling out of the way again. It seems like it's going to be a full Joseph respect.
Yeah. But first game as well, you're not even giving you a chance to play at least. That's unfortunate. But Tartarus now, they're gonna be banning here. I guess supposedly, probably the EXP laner or the roam could be an option. They did go for the CC ban earlier, but now, I mean, Matilda could be there. I suppose Matilda Suyo, kind of good combo. Yeah. But then again, the frontline presence just never mind. That's a Moscow.
Yeah, that is. I'm pretty sure that's for Kojo. the gold laner of LCF. But as of now, I mean, Matilda is a comfort pick for Kimmy. We can get the Badang onto the EXP at the same time roam, but I'm pretty sure Kimmy likes playing the Badang roam as well. So when it comes to this, they can always pull up something that's flexible, and you know, the best drafting happens when you cannot predict your opponents, like which lane are they gonna go. They can switch up anytime, right? So this is, oh, look at that last ban to the side of LCF. They're going for that Hilda.
Yeah, finally giving Joseph some room to breathe. But what is left here? Uranus picked alongside this, but that's gonna be very solid for Tartarus. And I'm looking to see some magic happen because
Linwell, this Uranus got a rework, okay? It is not the same Uranus where you have to apply those ionic edges stacks. Instead, the more, you know, passive that you have, the higher, you know, magic damage you deal with your basic attack. So it's basically a basic attack. It falls towards a basic attack Uranus now, so you need those, you know, radiant stacks to kind of deal damage. And Uranus this time around, you know, he's good at cutting lanes, but this time not only he's going to be good at cutting lanes, he's also going to be good at destroying turrets now, because it kind of scales. Okay, his radiant stack scales.
It stacks on turrets?
Yeah, I mean the magic damage is gonna affect the turret. It's just gonna be pure magic damage on his basic attack. So, oh, look at that. Knowing that situation, it seems like LCF have a good response there. A carry to melt down the Uranus.
On the edge of the void.
I like this play. But now, on the other hand, LCF answering back with the team fight composition here alongside the Yuzhong. It is going to be the Gattaca is going to be slotted in their own position. And this carry, I'm a little bit questionable facing off, especially against the Harriet and the Farce. You won't really have the room to work with. Otherwise, though, Tartarus lineup here with Nolan on the jungle can be very strong, I believe so. At least, did Nolan get some changes in the patch notes?
Yeah, he did get a buff. He did get a buff. His farming speed, and he got some, you know, damage buff as well. So in terms of this current meta, I think the junglers also have like a farming speed buff. So, you know, picking up a Nolan here can go with the jungle rotation faster, I'm pretty sure.
Yep, fair enough. Looks pretty solid. And now, looking at the lineups from both sides, LCF, Tartarus, Bolty, which draft do you think has a better chance?
In terms of late game potential here, let's see. Of course, it's going to be to the side of LCF, right? Because they have two heroes that can like scale in the late game, but on the other side as well. Oh, never mind though, never mind. Yo, we are finally getting some graphics over here, ladies and gentlemen, for the grand finals, towards the stage, towards the portal to the true international stage. It's going to be game number 1, best of 5 series against LCF and Tartarus, but for some reason, she was a he. Huh?
What a line to end it on, and to start us off, at least for the first of the series now. And looking at both teams here, the jungle rotation for the side of LCF though, searching to go towards the EXP lane, whereas Tartarus is opting towards the goal lane for now, but a little bit of skirmish in the lead though. And looking at how the fight might be favorable, at least in the early game, towards Tartarus if they play their cards right. Bolty, again, I'm very skeptical for the carry type.
In terms of pickoffs, the carry can be bursted down by the Eden's Farsa. Yeah, like, but the thing is, she has the dash as well, so repositioning wise, it's also possible. But yeah, like you said, I mean, a carry, if you get the position right, but carry is usually like the marksman that comes in when the resources of the other side is being spent, and he just clears up everybody. So I mean, Kozo needs to play really safe for that to happen. But Arlie, I mean, yeah, I should say that both of the teams have like that early damage, but in terms of like the burst potential wise, I think Tartarus have it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, maybe they could opt this out a little bit more with the fact that Tartarus has a Uranus, so the team fight potential is a little bit less. So again, I mean, they do have the first again Nolan also, so pick up composition wise, really solid.
Yeah.
So be looking towards those trigger controls. How much of a difference can the Roman Mage make, please? But this is a BO5, right? So again, I'm gonna. I've seen that how LCF has a coach. Maybe strategies might change up going to game number 2 or game number 3.
Yeah, very much possible, because the coach is gonna have a nice time in the back trying to analyze. If you lose the first game, you can come up with a different set of draft. So this is like the perks of having a coach, I just say, because I mean, after win or lose, it's like the mind games. Like players, if they are drafting, of course, right, they're gonna have that thing. If they lose, they're gonna have that feeling of like regrets and something. So it's kind of messed up their mentality when they're gonna keep doing the draft. But this time around, LCF, they do have a coach, so the stress, the gameplay stress won't be on the coach. So the coach can definitely, kind of give them a breather, right? But inside of Tartarus, though, they are very, they're very confident, I should say. Even Chrono's not drafting for them this time around. So,
I mean, they've done the screams, they've done the math, and they've played a bunch of games here. Which, not to forget, these are seasonal players who have been in the scene for a long time now. And now looking at games here are going to be started, where you see the LCF are more leaned or more split up across the map.
Yeah, but it seems like they are looking for a position. Tartar is actually looking for a position for the pickoffs. It seems like this Nolan is going to be camping the purple buff there. Maybe if Asuna, I'm pretty sure Asuna is not aware, so they need to check the bushes really well. But it seems like Yosef, on the other hand, is in that bush. Oh, here comes fire initiation.
Huge engage. Yeah, flicker play. Laser boy Yosef wants to go in maybe with fracture, but a bit of damage onto Rudy. Asuna escaping with the flicker burnt out, and that's a reset right on time for the turtle.
Yeah, turtle's up as well. It might be those games where, First Blood is being dragged very long because it's against two really good teams. So as of now, the turtle, of course, the advantage is onto the side of LCF, but
oh, what? He managed to get that retribution for the airstrike coming on towards Rudy. Revitalize doesn't matter, and Black Dragon just to delay the inevitable as Saramoon so low on HP. Mugi trying to chase him, but that's just Uranus. He's just so tanky. Kimmy here with the fish crack combo on towards Anti, and escapes in a matter of a few seconds though. LCF on the back front.
Yeah, I mean, they done it again. I'll just say Tartarus done it again, stealing retribution and using that turtle shield to just get the first blood. And of course, it was Eden that gets the first blood.
Was he in range?
I think so, because he have the dash with the gauge, right? He can come in and close in the gap and just press that retribution.
That was just so quick here. Fast movements here from the set Tartarus, especially Joseph, but they are looking towards the gank, the gold lane perhaps, but now taking away the jungle as much as they can. And LCF now, rotations a little bit more on the weaker side, but they do notice the bush on the top side. Rudy just might go in maybe for a taunt. Oh, we do have Era being dropped. Very half HP. Kimmy, AOG also going connected, but no, not gonna be landing here. Very risky trade by LCF, and taking that though on the bot lane. Mugi and Anti just duking out, but wait, hang on, mid lane? No fights.
Yeah, no fights so far, but just look at the sheer dominance of the Uranus. This current buff on the Uranus, this rework is actually looking really good now that Uranus can also deal damage, but oh no.
Yeah. Hang on, the inside with Zaman Force trying to survive. Chrono Dash left and right, but Joseph is going to be the one to pick up Asuna. Make that too. Kimmy here getting one more for his team, but he's just so low. Flicker already burnt out. Will he escape? Saramoon on the chase with the payback. And first kill for the side LCF going towards him.
3-1, but all in favor of Tartarus this time around. That's another turtle, I think, to the side. This time, is this going to be a steal, or is it not, because Innocent looking here for an engage?
Oh, he wants to dive. There's Chrono Dash, so low on HP. Turtle still available, but Joseph finishes him off before Eric gets a trade, but doesn't matter because a lot of burst is coming on towards Tartarus right now as members fall one by one. There's 2 for 2 right now. Kimmy trying to go for a crackface onto someone, but it doesn't matter because Anti is just too tanky. And that is a 3 for 2. Turtle though going to the hands of Tartarus.
Yeah, let's check out that instant replay. Like, Innocent has that initiation with his Aman Force here. Actually, you know, chucking down the HP of Serarmoon, and just in time for Joseph to steal the turtle as well. But they don't really have backup, you know, escape tools. That's why they're a bit punished by Asuna here. That even Asuna can get the double here. But either way, since Heart of Straight, I think LCF actually got the better out of that.
Yeah, I mean, it was quite even, and now, oh wait, hang on, Lito just being still stolen. But yeah, like you said, the trades were pretty solid for LCF, but for that's just the team fight. Tartarus has been making magic happen with just so much map control here. We see Mugi in the bot lane already clearing that off. He's just going to be joining the team fight here in the mid lane. However, Kimi just so low. First strike being used, but Anti with the Saw Essence picking him up. Hang on, Innocent. Yes, please.
Yeah, that Soul Essence this time around. It seems like they're, you know, it's much more dangerous to actually stay in the what do you call the passive of the Yuzong, because it kind of chunks your HP way too much. And of course, Yuzong gets the buff in this latest patch as well, because the Black Dragon comes in.
Hang on, massive taunt on towards Rudy. Innocent being the one to pick up the kill though. And there's a Chrono Dash one time again, no error on towards the next mark. But Anti just so low, he's in the turret and he's gonna be biting off a lot as Kimi gets the kill. And 4 members of LCF all down on the ground, ever being the only one alive. And all the while, Lazy Boy Zolsha getting the kill on towards bot lane. I believe, was it towards Anti or Ceramon?
Yeah, they got a lot of kills there. That's as far as I know. That's a 4 deaths, but another AOG dropped.
Tried to go for someone, but not being landed. Turret still being chunked though, but Minion's still alive. Mugi getting the turret just from that extra damage. Innocent here with his Amon Force doing a little bit of damage onto the burst here with Rudy being the main target. And the front liner of LCF just down for the count here. Hang on, Asuna so low on HP. Is it gonna fall? No. He didn't just
Mugi
back there with a flicker play. Mugi! What is that burst? This Julius is so tanky right now.
You know, like I said, that's a reworked Uranus. Because that basic attack is basically like a Starlium Sight. You just go in, get that basic attack, also the Ionic Edge to get that range. But here comes, let's see that again. That Traction Pulse was beautiful. Yeah. And then Mugi comes here, he's like, I don't care, but I'm just gonna force the flicker once I hit that second skill. And yes, Asuna, you're 6 feet under.
He was looking for the opportunity. He wanted to go. I mean, if I was his team, I would be yelling out, don't go in, it's not worth it. But he still went through. And now, though, although it's 12-6 now, what a massive fistback combo there. The positioning from Kimi was just immaculate there. But hang on, Yuzong, Black Dragon trying to make something happen, but doesn't matter. 1-2 combo coming in from Badang, and Rudy with the AOG just going on towards Mugi, but doesn't matter because he is not the main priority. Kimi trying to see a chain on towards Anti, but Innocent's gonna be the one to pick up the kill. Asuna just so low, but Joseph cleaning up in the inhibitor error, almost taken down also alongside with the fracture, but he's just teasing him right now, and maybe just go for a bait, but no. Mugi so low.
Bro, this happens every time. Tartarus, they might lose like the second turtle or something, but they got the turtle. I'm pretty sure all of the turtles, 3 turtles actually. It's like they're baiting out Serarmoon to actually, you know, get caught in a sticky position, and that they just use that turtle to kind of like capitalize on everybody with those kills. So for now, bot side, it seems like there's turrets, so much turrets down to the side of LCF now. 5 actually, without them getting actually anything. It seems like they're going for a trace for Mugi. Are they gonna go for more?
Yeah, but he's just so tanky. I don't know if this is the right play here. Lord gonna be spawning in, and Tartarus is just gonna be having a great take. Unless, wait, Ceramon. I mean, they gotta know someone's there. Rudy just might go for a taunt here, stopping Joseph, but it's just the level difference is just too much. It's 15 already, 9-8, doesn't matter. And now Lord is gonna be contested so far. At LCF, nowhere inside. Rudy, I believe he wants to go for the AOG, but again, it's too late, too far-fetched.
That's very much true. But Innocent, looking at the items now, pretty sure he picked up that Holy Crystal. Oh, that burst!
Hang on, error. Did he just give up? Hang on. AOG not going to be used to save anyone here. Innocent going with the Zaman Force. There's a flicker play with a fracture. Connected. Kimmy just having a massive setup for his team. Otherwise, Asuna on the other hand has just not been dealing the burst needed.
Yeah, seems like they're gonna go for more. Maybe Mugi finally dead. Flicker popped off.
Oh, hang on. Through these, so low. It's only Asuna left alive. Error spawned in, but there's a load and 5 members on the side of Taurus here looking to end the game. What can you do as a carry, folks? Joseph is just standing menacingly as the inhibitor turret is shut down, and we get a GG. Game 1 going to the side of Tartarus.
Bruh, what? Again, Tartarus did it again, man. Like, this is the thing. These guys are unstoppable. Like, once they pick up their pace, they're kind of like doing like a Zohan strat, I should say. Zohan is actually the only guy that kind of stays most of the time head-to-head toe on Tartarus, and of course they also beat them. But Tartarus, though, you know, they baited out Serar Moon with the jungle. Serar Moon is just out there actually doing damage to the turtle alone. It's just that one member that is innocent just comes, swoops in, even just 1v1 a jungler. That to the point, you know, that Tartarus is very confident with their plays, right? Like a gold laner zoning out a jungler, that's just something on the second turtle, man.
Yeah, I mean, they're equal level also, I believe, and with the fact that Zeramoon had the buffs which he needed, again, Innocent was just playing it too well, and he executed it perfectly, especially those team fights here. Again, Zaman Force, perfect positioning, again, baiting out those spells, also baiting out those skills, and again, providing the initiation that Kimmy needs for the Badang to go in with the flicker combo, which we saw him do multiple times. And it was, I mean, for the team fight potential, I thought Tartarus had something lacking, but then again, I mean, Kimmy just showed us.
Very much true. And look at just Mugi as well, right? Like so much pressurization towards LCF, even, you know, just using a flicker. Usually you don't see a flicker used against Uranus unless you're cutting those lanes, but man, the damage dealt, damage taken. Look at those numbers by Mugi.
God dang, that's a lot. No, that's a lot of damage.
Yeah,
and, you know, it's just tanking. I mean, we talked about the fact that the Yuzhong's passive shot sense is pretty good against the Uranus or any other target.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's bits of damage. It stacks on his passive as well. So I mean, he heals up more HP. So after he gets his items, he was just too tanky. Even the fact that he had the flicker. So the aggressive plays were just insane.
Man, yeah, but look at those boys here, though. Look at those boys. It's all gonna be to the side of Tartarus, and actually, individual each. You know, players got their own you know, set of stuff.
We have one person missing here.
Yeah. I don't know why he's not there though. Yeah, kind of bad. Gotta be Eden there, man. But Eden actually, you know, played really good in line of, you know, zoning out, because those feather airstrike was so crucial during those team fights that it just gives so much breathing room for Tartarus to be going on with the engagement. Here comes the highlights though. I think this was like the second turtle where, of course, Innocent just zones him out. Okay. Error still gets that Innocent though, but this was a good play from LCF. But this was the only time that they are, you know, enjoying their, you know, their better trade.
Yeah, well, I mean, and again, overcommitted jungle for jungle, which technically Turtle could go towards Tartarus because of that. But like you said, Eden has been a main playmaker. Whenever he's not there in the fight, you know, something went wrong, and that's how it went for the turtle, at least. But for these fights here, I mean, not all heroes were cape. That's the slogan.
Yeah, this is the Mugi play, right? Everybody loves the 27, but kind of weird that they changed their name. Like, Innocent is Kyle, Mugi is 27, but having a new name. I hope they stay to their name this time.
Hey, I mean, maybe it's a one-time thing. You never know.
Yeah,
but again, the first game was such a sweep by Tartarus. We'll see if LCF can, make comeback at least for the following rounds, because I mean they need to change something.
Yeah, it's actually kind of hard for LCF as well. Even look, they could have like cooked up something to counter against Tartarus, right? But the new patch drop, and that just changes everything. So they have very little time to think about the new patch. So once again here, I feel like they're kind of experimenting. Everybody's actually experimenting, because even we're getting the MSC and those big leads coming up as well. So people, coaches, they're gonna do a lot of research on seeing how those hero guys. But the new hero, of course, is gonna be banned. We didn't ban the revamped heroes, guys, but we just want to see them in action, I'm pretty sure. But that game number 1 to the side of Tartarus this time. Will Tartarus prevail, keep up their momentum, or is Luxmi Shit Fun finally gonna, take a dip against Tartarus, at least like 1? Or it could be a 3-0 if they put this up. They need to come up with something, don't you think, Linwell?
Yeah, definitely. If they want to have a chance, at least, to get one up against Tartarus, which so far it sounds like we've given up on them. But I mean, there's always the case of a reverse sweep.
Yeah.
It's only ifs and okay. Cut the tape. This part. Okay.
But you know what? We're not gonna be cutting, because it's supposed to be once casting with you, but due to some unforeseen circumstances, we couldn't get him up. But for a tribute, we put up the blade armor right there, so that once is here, guys. Yeah, once is here. Don't worry, his blade armor is here, guys. All right, folks. That's gonna be game number 1. And I feel like we're going to be heading to game number 2 as well. But before that, there might need to be some technical changes on our streamer side. So we'll be back in a few minutes. Catch you. Wait.
I'll do it.
Alright,
Alright.
folks, welcome back to the Indian Qualifiers True International Season 2. And it's game number 2, at least for the first of this series. LCF versus Tartarus. Tartarus took 1 dub, and we are back into the casting desk. Folks, I'm your caster Linwell, and joining me in the casting desk this time is going to be Debbie. So, Debbie, how are you feeling tonight?
Yep, I'm feeling really good, Linwell, for the first time. We are going to be in the same desk, and I'm really excited. And I'm also excited to see what LCF can bring out this time around, because 10 minutes 35 seconds, nah man, we could do better than that, and we know what LCF can bring to us. So I think this time around they're going to be locking in, and it kind of, you know, might eventually be hitting to their ego as well. Like, I've never seen LCF losing a game under 11 minutes, so this is something that they do not really want to do again. And I think this time around they have set their record straight, because, you know, mentality wise also it comes down how they perform, because LCF, I don't think they really throw games when they're game 1 down, because they are more inclined to have a revival when the next game comes in. So this time around we might be seeing a little bit of a change up in their playstyle as well.
Yeah, hopefully they haven't given up yet, or at least, you know, the phrase rip off the band-aid. At this point, I mean, LCF, we gotta see them at least give a fighting chance, at least for Tartarus. You know, you can't go down without a fight, and that's why going on to game number 2, I'm expecting a lot of different changes. Debbie, however, you're watching game number 1 match, right?
Yep.
Yeah. So, do you think something's gotta change in the draft, maybe, or is it the playstyle for the fact that map control most of the time was on the hands of Tartarus?
Actually, I think, you know, the early part, I think the execution was actually spot on for the side of LCF, but they had to stumble just a little bit and lose everything that they built out, because into the mid side they were actually winning into the first 3 minutes of this game, but the fact that they did lose out on the turtle into the hands of Miosef again, and maybe from then on everything did a complete 360. And I think that has to be also the reason why they were losing out. And because the thing that the thing about Yuzong is also that when you are behind, actually, even in level, you do not really you do not become the damage soaker or the distractor or the backline distractor that you usually want to use him as, and that couldn't happen. He was a little bit squishier than Immersion and TRT. From then on, they were just full on diving in, and I think LCF, I don't really think it's the problem in the draft. I really think it's the problem in the execution. They could have been a little bit more, you know, disciplined.
Well, hopefully they stay in tune with the draft and change a little bit for the execution. So then again, that'll be pretty interesting to see if they do still have their spirits up going on to game number 2, because again, the first game, losing in a matter of 10 minutes, just wipe them off, get off with a new straight face, and then go on to game number 2, perhaps, maybe with more motivation, I'd say. But then again, the priorities has to, I don't know if it were right, always targeting Joseph, but I wouldn't say it was wrong. So we will be interested in to see what happens when we go to the draft. But predictions, Debbie. Do you think LCF is going to turn it around this second game?
I feel like, you know, they could if they could stay disciplined, because into the first game also it was a very, very good that they were usually leading in what they were doing, even to the point that they used the gimme to their full potential, to their full advantage. But yeah, late game wise, TRT, with the response, it was so good that LCF couldn't catch up.
Yeah, fair enough. And you can see that the draft has already started. Bans already given out from both sides. LCF banning a Fanny, the Farsa, the Chip. Meanwhile, the Tartarus, you got the Phobius, the Basha, as well as the Kalia being banned out here. And now, first pick, Batang. That's a very strong pick by side of LCF.
Yep. I feel like, NT, this guy is so good at any kind of heroes that he's been put on. Most of the time he goes for because it depends on the meta, right? So he really usually go for the setter or the mage seeker kind of XP style. But this time also with the change up into the XP as well, he could go for the damage dealers too. So I think this guy is a very commendable player. So this has to be one strong point for LCF. But yep, still a flex into this when you pick up the Badang, because roam, either roam or XP. So I think for Tartarus though, they have to really be focusing on which hero they do not really wanna give away. And I do understand why they ban the Baxia or the Kalea as well as the Phobias, because whenever you are on the red side, especially Tartarus, they go ban out the Phobias. And there we go. The Raphaela pick again.
Debbie. Yes, Raphaela. Is this the first time we're having, especially Raphaela, a little bit of rework, right?
No, actually, the draft the meta has been shifted since yesterday, and Tartarus has been able to clean sweep Victor Plavet into the upper bracket finals with this Raphaela twice in a row. They picked it, so it was actually a signature now at this point for Kimi.
Yep, just gonna be able to create those spaces, especially the fact that Badang, you gotta be he's limited to his range, so again he's gonna be revealed a lot by the Retribution, and now we have the Granger and the CC picked alongside LCF, so Badang gonna be the roamer here, so it's already solidified. Both marksmen's picked now. Mage is not gonna be relevant yet, so the bans are going to be very targeted towards the mages, I believe. Otherwise, it's probably gonna be the jungler bans first. We're expecting Debbie from the side of Tartarus, a ban for jungle.
Saramon is very versatile on the jungle though. Yeah, I don't really think they could take him away, but interesting. The Louis with the I thought that the Louis be completely ignored or the tip too, because with the change up into the patches as well, she's gonna be revealed just before her diversion, so maybe it's not really a nerf to say the least, or just a visionaire. But the thing is, I don't really. I think it has to do with the Moskov here, because he just want to play the long lanes, and the long lanes can be countered by this diversion play, the Louis here. So that has to be the sole reason, because the jungle ban could have been nice, but LCF are the one actually banning out the Fredrin.
Yeah, Fredrin here. Tanky jungler banned off the board, and now a lot of assassin junglers on play. Joseph gonna be having a lot of opportunities to flex one of these heroes, but for now Tartarus is looking for a ban. Is it gonna be a mage ban once again, or is it gonna be jungle ban? However, like you said, Ceramon flexible, so maybe again it's gonna be a mage ban. Otherwise, I mean, they are gonna be the first pick in the second phase, so they could pick off the Farsa for themselves, unless the what do you think? Oh, okay. Selena. Okay.
Yeah, I think this is a setup for a Farsa, right? Because them banning out the Selena, I mean, Selena kind of counters the Farsa quite a lot, because most of the time when you try to have a ultimate in peace, the arrow flies in and stun you and cancel out your feather airstrike most of the time. So maybe Tartarus knows what they are doing, and I also think it's a great choice to go for the Farsa here in this scenario. But LCF, they do have a way, right, to ban it out. So maybe narrow down the choices of the mid lane here. They could ban the Farsa. I think that's the best choice they could go for. Or if they try to shut down Joseph here, he's really hard to shut down, man, because he's got a lot of heroes in his pocket. But Justin instead. Justin.
Quite understandable. I mean, the Badang, the CC close to mid range, and again Zushin is gonna be troubling them a lot alongside the Raphaela. But and again, you won't pick the Zushin because you're sacrificing a lot of burst potential here. In the case, this is just a clean way for Tartarus to pick Farsa, unless they want to go for the Novaria, which I don't know why they banned out the Selena for that.
Yeah, that has to be a little bit, I think the safest choice, if they go for the Farsa, I would like a Farsa against a Granger too. But this is a debut pick actually. the Roser already coming into play. This is a change Roser with a sorter cooldown onto the Wolf Bomb. And Joseph is amazing on this hero as well. This guy is amazing on every hero I've seen so far. But yep, we'll never know what's going to be happening because the Roser is more compatible on the jungle this time around, and there's no flex on this guy. But they're just, they're just keeping out their mid for the very last. So for LCF though, they do have a choice to go for it. Oh, Hayabusa? Wow.
Hang on. Hayabusa here in this economy after all the nerfs? Oof, a very risky play here by LCF on this. I mean, the drafts are pretty solid. It's good to slot it in. But now, the last mage pick, Sicilian, locked in. Okay, alright. I don't know if I like this too much. Early game's gonna be quite difficult for LCF.
Yeah. Usually, when you want an assassin into the jungle, you would want a winning mid lane. So yeah, I'm really skeptical about this Sicilian, and I think I was blind, man, because I just got my spectacles back, and the first I was banned, and I was rooting for the first to pick first. I'm tweaking quite a lot today. Maybe I'm nervous, but we'll never know because the Terrace, they are picking out the Vexana, which is one of the best hero to go against a Hayabusa into the mid lane. But definitely for the side of Terrace, they are having a mid lane prio. They're gonna be having the early game just because of the Sicilian pick coming out for the side of LCF. So the lineups are here, and it's a specialty for the side of LCF because they are really sticking to the comfort of Saramon here this time around because he's well known for the Hayabusa. But at the debut pick for the side of Tartarus, they go for the Roser, and I've never seen this kind of matchup before, so it's gonna be a surprise for us.
It's the first time for the season, first time for this patch note. And the fact that Tartarus has such an anti-dive composition is going to be proving very difficult for LCF, at least for those fights or for those engages. And we've seen Tartarus have positioned quite well. But now, folks, we are going to head into the Land of Dawn, folks. As this is game number 2 for this series in the grand finals. It's LCF versus Tartarus. Tartarus 1 point ahead. But will LCF be able to make a comeback? We'll only have to wait and see, folks. As I'm your caster Linwell, join me in the casting desk this time is gonna be Debbie. Bring you the wonderful.
It's a little bit of a emblem check, not emblem, but the spell check. The Uranus is actually going for the sprint, so he's just trying to go for the cutting lanes. But Rudy though taken quite low into the mid side. There are already a lot of skirmishes, and this is what Tartarus have into the winning lane into the mid side because the clearance coming out from the Vexana is the Cursed Blast. It's gonna be so much, and this means that the rotation wise they're gonna be faster, but damage.
Oh, Rudy wanted to go for an early setup. Ceramon, level 4 already present, has to wait and farm up before he can even do anything. And now Tartarus is gonna use this to push further into the jungle.
And the thing that I liked about the Roser's passing is that he's going for the triangle way because they do have a winning lane into the mid side as well and a better jungle clearance. So Saramon is definitely not going to be having a good time. Maybe he's just trying to look for a gang, but not so much. He's going to be losing the beetle, the fire beetle into the bot lane as well. So Joseph is going to be leading in levels when the turtle, which is going to be spawned in less than 10 seconds, is going to be upped. And yeah, Tartarus are doing a really, really good job in their rotation wise.
Yeah, but it's gonna be up to Mookie here to provide the frontline presence which they need. And at least they have someone to face check these bushes. Kimi is gonna be that person. Rudy is also gonna be ready for the fight. LCF looking to take this early objective, but Mookie all low in the front lines. Okay, so low on HP. Has to pop up the shields very early on, but Retribution, who's going to be Lazy Boy Joseph, is going to be the one to yoink it up as he does have the level advantage. But Saramon gets one kill with a pick off here, and Hoagie Shadow Kill also committed. But it's a turtle for a lord up for it. Kill.
Yeah, and I think it's just a Uranus we're talking about, and into the early part of the game, you just want to give away your XP lane and get the turtle, and I think this is a setup that Tartarus are really actually going for. And if Joseph have gotten a kill on the mid side, it could have been a very good game. And LCF, they are so good in the way they are controlling that actually and stopping the wall from going in any further. But yeah, how long they can hold? Because if LCF could hold the early game a little bit, the mid game would have been a win for them. But still, the late game is gonna be a little bit of a problem still, because Tartarus do have late game security as well as the mid game too. So this is it's gonna be a slow one into the early part, because only when the Rosa comes online and then he's gonna be hunting for kills. Before that, we are only gonna be seeing some fights before the objectives takes only.
And these fights though are just gonna be simple skirmishes. Not really gonna be trading anyone here. Both teams don't really want to commit further. We have the side of Tartarus on towards the EXP side, providing the jungle sustains they need. But so a dive going on towards Innocent here. LCF looking to find someone, but again too slow on their tracks. Instead, we'll have to fall back towards the mid lane.
The thing that I really want LCF to do is if they try to get onto Innocent, but still they have a heal, and look at look at that.
Yeah. And this is what I'm talking about. The anti-dive is just so much. If you want to go in as Hayabusa, it's pretty risky.
I mean, they really pick up the Hayabusa to try to go against the Moskov, but then the Moskov has his own peel. But look at the turtle though.
Hang on, a perfect curtain call on towards two members of South Tartarus. They're really so low on HP. Mugi wants to go on towards him, maybe, but the crowd control is just going to be pushing him back. Hang on, Sir Armoon is going to be here for the steal. Maybe is he going to get it? No! Retribution too slow! Lazy boy Joseph with the dog. It's going to be stealing that. Hang on, Anti going to be sniped by the SOD, but hang on. Not me landing it. Massive retribution on towards that lazy boy Joseph. Cleaning up their moon, but there is the flashback combo. Doesn't matter though, because the frontline presence is just too much for Tartarus. As they keep on tanking those turrets and keep on getting kills. It's just error and Asuna here, but has to force out the flicker. Mogi wants to go on towards Asuna, but doesn't have the sustenance needed. At least they take away the turrets, they take away the kills, and they fall back.
Oh my goodness, that was one angry dog we are seeing right there. Instant replay is perfectly on point for you guys here. The blue buff is gonna be chased away, and look at the stun coming through from Kimmy here. He was stunning two perfect members. A very good one at that. Even trying to land the Holy Baptism on a very mobile hero like the Hayabusa is very commendable too. And look at Mugi here at this point. He was just, he's not scared anymore. He also went on to start to use bot lane though.
Innocent so low in HP, but it survives. But it's not enough. LCF, they want to look for a fight, maybe, possibly. Catches Kimmy, but can't play it safe, so again, it's just gonna break up. But hang on, Mugi on the bushes. He's just waiting to catch someone, but I don't think he'll find the right target for it. Meanwhile, really just spacing him out.
Yeah, one thing that's very commendable here is that Kimmy, I think this guy's performing so well onto the support hero like the Rafaela, which is really so squishy, and his positioning, most of the time he's not being caught out because he's always into the back just trying to heal. Damage!
Joseph so low on HP, but again, the level difference just enough to sustain the LV Shadow Kill. This was the nerfs coming in to Hayabusa, but again, SOD almost landed the Ranger.
Yeah, I was trying to cancel out, but look at the position of Tartarus though. They're just all over the map at this point, and they do know when the objective is going to be spawning, because this turtle is going to be free for the taking for the start time in a row, and level 12 for the wolf here. But Mugi being a nuisance, not letting anyone in around the vicinity. So yeah, this is the work of an XP laner, a good one at that, and his jungler is not even bothering to use the retribution because they are so sure it's gonna be free. And yeah, the level difference between these two jungler is so impeccable, because 9 to 12, this is an early game as well. And Assassin, this is something you do not really want to see, because the Roser he skills quite a lot, and if he gets all those free farms again, he's not gonna be stopped most of the time, and the Lycan Pounce is just immune again. But
error. Just might be in trouble for a flicker very early on, and that's an attack, but doesn't matter because Lazy Boy Joseph just chunks him down, anti-yang on the next person on the target. Well, it doesn't matter what SOD being landed. Innocent with the kill all the way from bot lane here, and mid lane is going to be the next target on side here for Taras. Oh, weapon being used. Not finding anyone. 2 members of side LCF ready for the action. Rudy is trying to make some plays happen. Asuna trying to play off the lanes, but Innocent just has so much burst, but doesn't matter. He took the turret aggro, and Asuna is going to be the one to pick him off here. We have a massive combo with Fist Crack, but Mugi just too tanky and just survives. One falling down, but hang on. Saramoon with the re-engage. Wants to find someone, but Mugi not the right target. Has to fall back. Joseph on the hunt, on the prowl. Looking to find someone with the assistance, at least from the side of Mugi, but wait, hang on, they're still duking it out. Mugi just has the balls of steel right now.
Yep.
Yeah, but so tanky here, and goes for the Lycan Bounce onto 1, onto 2, gets his error on the guard, double kill. Eden also alongside, he's just Anti and Asuna left with the Eternal Guard landing in, and he gets pinned in the turret. Gets pinned down, and LCF is for team wipeout.
Wow, what was the re-engage coming in? Oh my goodness, that was a good synergy coming out from the side of Tartarus here, because look at the position of the wolves there. Mugi just trying to dive in here, and oh my goodness, when the perfect amount of Biscrack or any kind of resources was used, he just dived in a green light for him, and look at him clearing everything. It was an official Maniac, I would say, because that was not even a Maniac, but also a Savage, because it was a wiped out. All the damage was done by the Lycan Pounce there. Okay. Oh, it's a, let's see the emblem text here. Oh my goodness, this guy is gonna be legit mad. He's already got the Sky Piercer until the what was that called again? The Great Dragon Spear, the movement speed, the crit,
GDS, yeah.
the crit, everything, right? Oh my goodness, he's fed. He's so fed, and he's thirsty for blood again.
Those Lycan balls are going to do a lot of burst damage. We've seen it happen online, but SOD connected again for the 4th time in a row. Innocent just playing crazy right now and not giving Saramoon the space he needs. This is looking to be very difficult for side of LCF though. Error and Asuna are going to be caught by Mugi here, who are slowing them down, dealing it out a little bit of burst. Burst down to half HP. Innocent also, he wants to go in, but again, he's going to be playing with fire if he tries to go on towards Rudy's range here. Lord is going to be pushing down the bot lane now. However, Asuna chunking it down. Oh, Spear being used, and Badanti just being chunked down. So much HP. Innocent is on a rampage, folks. He is just bursting all members of side LCF. Lazy Boy Joseph also alongside. The crit damage from these 2 pseudo marksmen are just crazy right now. That's a double kill for Joseph as well, but Asuna, oh, hang on, he got a sneaky kill, but it's only him alive now. Minion's not present though. Want to clear it out, but Mugi and SOD also being landed. Asuna, nah, you played too close. You flew too close to the sun, and now the inhibitor will be targeted. Oh, Carter's looking to end it all, but a massive 2-man pin there by Innocent is just gonna make a clean wipeout. Game number 2 going to side of Tartarus. 2-0 for his series.
2-0. Oh my goodness, I didn't know that we're gonna be seeing this kind of game. So far, Tartarus are so good in what they are doing, and even using and exploiting, I would say, the heroes that they are picking right there. And I was a little bit, skeptical about with the lack of crowd control that they have, but why you need a crowd control when you are just gonna melt down the members or your opponents time and again, and they're not even giving the scaling to the Cecile and to Asuna there, and I don't really think even Saramoon even got a kill onto the Hayabusa, which is the worst case scenario, because you do not want to perform like that on the Hayabusa. Oh my goodness, there we go, MVP for the Second game is gonna be the Rosa, the Rapid Dog, Lazy Boy, Miosef, 915 to the KDA, 78% team fight participation, and he's just trying to go for another BOD here. Oh my god. I mean, he's just bursting everyone at that point with the zoning that the team provided for him, and when everything was used and wasted, he goes in and get all the kills. That was a team synergy right there.
Yep, there's so much burst from the South Tartars, and those team fight engages by Innocent as well as Joseph was just crazy. I tell you, crazy. But whenever he went in with a Lycan Pounce, I mean, the SOD was just right there, left and right. He was like, homie, I got you, bro.
I gotcha.
Yeah.
There was a lot of backups and heals again. There was a damage soaker. There was a provider, I would say, because even Eden onto this Vexana wasn't killed. This is a Vexana. We're talking about a highly immobile hero, and sees Jira. That's when there is also a Hayabusa to the other side. This is a peak gameplay coming out from the side of Tartarus, even though their name is Siwasahi. Siwasahi. Maybe they are from Thailand, we'll never know.
Maybe Eden.
But
she,
Siwa's a sea, man. You will never know. we can't never know what you're gonna be approached by.
Again, very much so. But now for the post analysis, highest goal per minute is gonna be once again Innocent, as well as the carry Innocent, highest damage dealt, and the tanky one is gonna be Mookie. While we have the one with the most assists being Kimmy here, the playmaker at least. I mean, not real playmaker, the distance maker at least. Yeah, playmaker, I'd say. What? Just give him the title. Yeah. When he landed the Holy Baptism, right in this fight, I believe so, right?
Yeah, he was like here, so perfect. Yeah. Oh my god, onto the best member, right?
Man, that too. Jungler being taken down, 1, 2, 3, all gone. And now, if you're Error and Asuna, you're just sitting there. Wait, what happened? Wait, what happened?
Damn. This was so good of a dive coming in from the side of Tartarus, though, and I think they understand their competition so well, as well as strategy so far. Because right here, look at the engage coming from Mugi. He knows that all the teams are ready, even though they are a little bit too far, and he did not even die. He survived long enough to get healed, and there we go. The rabbit dog diving in, getting all the kills. Even the marksman is back into the picture as well, and this was a very, very good team fight and a good initiation coming out from Mugi too. And I don't even know what LCF could do to have a comeback like this, because there's no way they could scale up in this kind of competition, because they are all freezed up most of the time. And even though they got the Sicilian to try to have him farm up for the late game, they couldn't do anything, because this dog he got a lot of damage at that point.
He was just cooking, He was just cooking. And then, I mean, again, not giving... I mean, they didn't really have this space for the Granger or Haya to work with, at least for those fights. Tartarus was just all up in their faces every single time. Even if they had the distance from this side of Tartarus, like LCF bridging the gap very easily with the SOD, just every single time. You see the Lycan Pulse, you see the SOD slow. No one can move a muscle unless they commit a dash. And at that point, they're just sitting ducks, and which Tartarus just capitalized off. And now, I mean, it's 2-0. Is this match point? I believe so.
Yeah, it is. Best of 5 series, 2 down for LCF, 0 still. Which is something we do not usually want to see, and especially at LCF. And yeah, it is actually a little bit of a gain for them, because this time around they lasted 11 minutes. So the next time we might see 15 or even a win. So we can't rule them out, because we're gonna have to get ready for the third match too. And maybe before that we might take a short break, right? Do we go for a break or?
Yep. I mean, we're gonna go for a short break, but before that, quick shout out to NEXT G for making this tournament happen, and also shout out to True International once again. But folks, we will be going on for a break and be right back. Don't go anywhere. The last match, it is the grand finals here. Tartarus versus LCF. We'll see if LCF makes a comeback. It's 2-0 right now, and stay tuned. Or hang on. Oh, never mind.
What?
I just got info. We're gonna go in once again for the next game, I believe.
Alright.
And we are going to go into game number 3, folks. 2-0. LCF push back on towards the walls and the drafts. Wait, is this the same? Oh wait, hang on. This is game number 2's draft. But we'll wait a little bit and see if game number 3 things change for LCF. Debbie.
I mean, they stick to the comfort into the second game, but it didn't still work out. But yeah, this is a reminiscence of what they had into the first time in the first half. They did ban out the Farsa, which was a good one, I would say. Even the Jusin was, I mean, commendable, but not the very best because they already had the Hayabusa, right? Could really counter it. But at this point, I do not know what LCF could come up with, but I'm sure that they should give a comfort into the hands of NT here, their XP laner, so that he could walk around the map, even give him a high mobile hero. The CC is not just it for him, because he doesn't want to go distract, he wants to go set, he wants to go damage, and I think they could give him that. But also Turtles, they understand this so well, because they have to ban away the Phobias again. Every the Farsa this time around, these two squads, they love the Farsa, right? But to be banned out.
Yeah, I mean, you don't want to go for a first pick Farsa, and then again, if you go for a different pick and Farsa is open, LCF's just gonna be the one to pick them up. But now the bans here are coming in. We have the Farsa, the Phobias, like you said, from Tartarus, alongside from LCF. We have the Uranus alongside the Fanny here. Uranus, they've had enough of Uranus, and Padang also being banned here, understandably so. Tartarus might go in for a close teamfight composition here in this case if they're going for a Padang ban, or they're just removing LCF's options here. What do you think, Debbie?
Yeah, I think both of the key factors are possible that you mentioned, because Andy usually love to go for the sets and still good on it as well, and maybe it's a two birds with one stone kind of thingy here. They could go for a close knitted competition here. Makes sense. But also a denied too, right? Yeah. But the Uranus ban though, maybe this is a respect ban, right? Or
I would say respect. I'd say they're just fed up. They're just fed up of facing against it. And now Clea being banned off from LCF, understandably so. But now Tartarus, what are they gonna pick? Because we've seen game number 1 and 2, they have adapted, I wouldn't say very well to the meta. I'd say they are experimenting, and they're experimenting quite well, at least, which we've seen from the results. But now game number 3, is it gonna be the same thing, or are they gonna go for something different? Is the question.
One support's down. I mean, two. I mean, the Angela and the Florin nerf, but the Rafaela Horizon from here, the Angel sees. So, Kimi is so versatile. I mean, I've been using that quite a lot, but he's so good. Oh my goodness, Eden Don was 30 again! My god, this guy. We hate Eden, bro. I'm joking. We don't hate him because he loves playing the Nana. Oh my god. This is a mental breakdown. He's been doing this in this tournament. Picking out the Nana first pick.
No, but for the grand finals, folks, what is this guy doing? I mean, come on.
Come on, man. We would love to see a very, strong mate. I mean, I do not look down on Nana, but come on, man. The Zeusin was still out there. The Selena is also out there, but why the Nana?
Oh.
I mean, they just want to be dramatic, right?
I mean, this just might be a mind game in this case.
Yeah.
Actually, if they really wanted to pick the Nana, I wouldn't go for a first pick also.
Yeah, that's what.
Yeah, again, they're just throwing it in, throwing the board. LCF, you do what you can, throwing the coach in for a very confusing moment here. She must be also very confused what happened, but now LCF is going to get their favorable pick, at least this time. Baksha being finally picked and not banned out by Tartarus, so things might change a little bit.
Yeah, and one of a comfort pick for Joseph as well. The Fredrin coming into play though, but against a Baxia, which is already a nerf Baxia, but then again he still works well just with the NT heal, so I think it's good now. But They're so tanky. Directly going for these kind of heroes. So Roam, XP, jungle all set in. LCF, they're just they're just their heroes.
Wait, hang on, Debbie. Is this a Gatot Gacha Roam, a Baxia? No, sorry, a Gatot Gacha EXP, a Baxia Roam, and Export Jungle? Perhaps.
It has to be it because Baxia is a 3-lane flex hero.
Yeah, it's a very good, solid draft, at least for the first phase coming from LCF. But now these are very tanky units, like you said. So this is just going to be an easy carry pick, perhaps, or maybe even a kill from the side of Tartarus.
They have to ban the carry.
Yeah, I mean, the Harrod's already banned off the board now, and Tartarus bans off the Eve here, showing that they want to go for maybe a close to mid-range marksman, or a marksman who want to have a good team fight control, I'd say. But LCF, though, are they going to go for another marksman ban is the question.
And they could go for the carry ban. No, still no carry ban for their side. Or maybe they are the one actually trying to pick the carry here. I mean, the carry is also good here, no? Because against the Fredrin, it's gonna be amazing. But the CC is there. And one question though. What is this Nana? Who is this Nana gonna burst?
Export, maybe.
No.
You know, you just land the Molina stun and the Molina blitz on towards exports. Maybe you pop the Fraga armor early on, and then after just do for a combo. But the carry is not going to be on the board here, folks. Retail is being picked by LCF. So again, this is a very strong front-to-back composition coming from them.
Yeah, for LCF this time around it looked good. It looked really good. But if the carry is completely left open, I think they're just trying to counter the carry in lane instead of banning it out. But no, and Natan, another debut pick Tartarus, man. They're always doing this to us, especially. What? Look at that. The Asuna special for the side of LCF though. The Changa. 2 mid jets into the mid lane. Who's gonna be winning out? I really wanna know.
Yeah, I mean, you do have the Rafaela as support, so again, spacing-wise is going to be pretty solid for Tartarus, especially those rotations to check out those bushes whenever possible with the retribution. But now, LCF on the other hand here, folks. The million-dollar question, who is going to be the roam?
Yeah, because
it's really
only in the game we will know. There's so many still a flex for LCF, right? So we'll never know it's gonna be heading. Oh, okay, it's already empty onto the Gatot Gacha though. So that's right.
Yeah, it's a box.
So box size no.
Yeah.
No crowd control room. But they do have this.
And with the Shama? What? Is this the final game, folks?
I think it's a dub.
Alright. Well, whatever it is, we're going on to the Land of Dawns, folks, and it's gonna be the grand finals. Tartarus versus LCF. Number 3. Tartarus with 2-0 lead. And we are gonna be heading right into the game.
Asuna, man. It's got impure rage onto the Chang'e, and I think, if my brain is functioning properly and I do not have any kind of amnesia, this guy already won in a finals against which team I forgot, and with using the Chang'e, I don't know the pronunciation, so Chang'e.
Either works. Either works,
right? Because we're free.
But it's a free country.
It's a free country, right? But the thing is, this Chang'e is he used it for a split pusher, so I don't know what is he gonna do this time around, because into the mid lane a lot of poke he did.
Kimi solo away, do the flicker, fade away. First blood going towards LCF, not what you usually see, and now the roamer being taken down is just gonna be a huge step, at least for the map control for the side of LCF.
A winning lane, of course, for the Chang'e here, because he does have a lot of clearance potential in comparison to the Nana. So LCF, I think this is what they needed to have the winning lane into the mid side. So because their turret has always been strong into the mid trial, but they weren't able to counter it time and again. They always give Seramun a hero that he's not gonna be winning in the jungle clearance too. But this time around though, turtles are actually the one who have a good set or a good prep into the jungle still.
Yeah, hang on. AOG Big Landers are onto our turtle. NT looking for a taunt here. Retribution still online. Turtle not low enough. Instead, Seramun just so low. Tries to back away, and Turtle going onto the hands of Tartarus here. As Mugi picks up Seramun on process. NT so low, but they'll just pick him up. And that's 2 kills for the side of Tartarus. Hang on, Rudy might not be able to maybe escape. Hang on, he tried to go for Mugi, but now so tanky with the resilience, and tries to go for more perhaps as he gets stunned, gets pulled, and with the appraisal rat, just enough damage for Eden to pick up the kill here. Torres getting 3 kills off the board. Wait, hang on. Is he gonna escape? Joseph, so low on HP, not even going to go for a chase perhaps, and survives to live the tail.
What is this kind of rotation coming out from Mugi though? He was able to turn down the XPs of an expert we're talking about. He's got the armors, but he's been sunk low and zoned out to the very end. What? That's definitely a free kill, a free lord for the side of Tartarus time and again. And the early lead that they were looking for LCF, they are losing it now again because the first turtle was important for both of these jungles, a fighter and fighter jungles. And this it's not really looking good for LCF. But the only way they could win to try to win all this team fight is that if they have to play for error onto the top lane. But then again, he's also losing in the lane against Nathan.
But hang on, Rudy wants to go in, perhaps onto the back line for Tartarus, but he's just so low. Oh, Joseph also getting his stacks, wants to go for the personal run and cleans up Rudy off the board right now. There's the Xbox trying to make something happen. Innocent though, holding him down, and Kimi's just gonna be the one to pick up the kill, but Error is so low in HP. Mugi chasing him down, hunting him, and possibly pushing him back so far. On the chase still, hang on, Kimi alongside Joseph, AOG being landed, stunning on towards Kimi, but hang on, just so low on HP, tries to survive, but doesn't matter, because Anti's gonna be the one to pick up the kill for the side of LCF. They're still fighting, they're still strong, but doesn't matter, because Anti is on for a double kill. Innocent, hang on, might get 2, might get 3, maybe, with X-Borg. Oh, armor also being popped, but the Error is gonna be the one to clean him up before anything happens. But Seramun again walking towards that bush, curtain call being used alongside, and Mugi just giving enough burst damage, still surviving, but again it's too late.
Wow, that was a long event that we're seeing right here onto the top lane brawl happening here. And Mugi was able to survive for so long, and he just dived back in right on time. And even the heal coming through from the Kimi was the one always helping them to try to survive right here. And they did lose all the members, but double kill for the Nathan. It's not really the good scenario for the side of LCF though.
Pearl also taken here. Taurus looking very strong right now, and I kind of understand of what they did in the early game, because Eden picked the Nana. Hang on, let's just have to hold it out. Anti, okay, survives with AOG here, but Rudy wants to go for a chase maybe, but yeah, as I was saying, Kimi dying in the early game was a sacrifice by Taurus for Eden's sins for picking the Nana.
He's been doing this quite a lot, and I think it's the trust that he have on his team that I could go for any hero that I want, even the epic hero, the Nana is gonna be good for me as well. And I think even if he goes for the cushion though, it will work. But Joseph though,
I mean, he's been popping off, and we do see on towards Rudy here. Turtle's poisonous, just giving him enough tanky, but I don't sense so has to go back. And Error is just so low. Anti also tanky otherwise, but Kimi is here for the support for Innocence. He wants to go for a taunt maybe, but he's just so low. Just might be overcommitting for LCF, as we do see Error backed off with the recall. It's only going to be Anti here in the top side, which Innocent as well as Kimi is looking to shove the wave in. Eden is also here with backup. They do go for the third damage, but AOG landed onto us too, but doesn't matter because Anti's just too low on HP. Gets picked off for nothing. And now LCF loses the turret though in the bot lane. Joseph alongside Mugi. A little bit of a skirmish. Want to go on towards Serar, but it's just too safe in the turret. Too far deep. Here, Rudy instead will be the main target, and the sustenance, the CC provided by Joseph is just too much.
That was slow pace and a fast pace, just being a pendulum right on top and bot lane. I don't really like them giving so much farm to Innocent here. He's in the ton. By the way, he's got a lot of damage now, 2 items already, and he will still be going for the Holy Crystal. And if he does, he's gonna be shredding all the frontliners on the side of LCF, and they have a lot of frontliners too. And I don't think they will be able to survive this kind of impact anytime soon. And I don't understand now the presence of the Molina here because he's been standing quite alone and into the top lane though. EOZ was landing on perfect 3 members, but the Molina with the stun, the thing was that they can do that he can do about it. What will you do with your passive if you are stunned down, right? So I can't believe Anana is working against LCF, especially in the grand finals.
Hey Debbie, maybe Eden's onto something. But hang on, Mugi, a lot of burst damage with the current call, but it's gonna be his vying of Ninju, as Asuna is gonna be the one to pick him off. Revenge kill, if some might say, but a sacrifice nonetheless for the mid lane turret. And Tartarus opening up the map much more for their place.
They're just cracking all the doors and just knocking in and buzzing in and abusing everything that they could see. And I don't even think LCF have a way to respond. And look at Joseph though.
Oh, a ton towards Error, catching off guard, even tries to go with the heavy crossbow to escape, but Rudy there's 3 members, both of Rat also being landed as Joseph tries to go into the backline, picks off Error in the process. 3 members of the side of LCF down as Tartarus push forwards. 1, 2, 3, left, right, kill after kill, and no one to stand in their way.
Oh my god, this is the Holy Crystal Nathan we are seeing now, but hey, whenever the entropy pops, he's gonna be melting everyone, and he knows it because he's been fearless. But Saramon also bursted down. His Faraga armor is nothing in comparison. Oh, AOZ?
Yep, on towards Mugi here, but not the prime target. Instead, Rudy is gonna be the one who is melted by Innocent here. Anti also trying to survive, but doesn't matter because a double kill is gonna go on to this lad here. This Nathan is just so too farm right now.
Yeah, he's too ahead, and you know we don't usually see a Nathan winning into the early game, but this guy is built different though, Mugi.
Oh, of course with the entropy, but Change Asuna just popped like a bubble here. It's only Sarah Moon and enable turret left on towards the target. Minions not available though. It's just gonna be a Pearl's Rat in the back line here to pop off the Firaga armor, and Nana's also going in. Eden here, a sacrifice once again. 2 members of Tartarus going in. A little bit unnecessary if you ask me. And AOG being committed also to try and catch Mugi here, but Anti hang on, goes Berton. Just enough maybe for the rest of LCF to chase, but if they chase also, they need to make something happen. Rudy instead is just going to be the main prime target, and he just gets melted so fast by Innocent. Entropy also being used here, but not in range. Just going to back off as the Meteor Shower pushes them back.
Look at them, look at Tartarus, so strong, so confident in what they are doing here, because they just lose out their 2 members and still are able to hold it in. And yeah, look at the engage coming in for Joseph here. You know, he's just trying to dive in onto the squisher and member onto the backlines, but Rudy had to give up his life for that. And look at the burst. This Nathan, even before the Holy Crystal, he already dealt a lot of damage, and we cannot.
Gage also alongside. Again, the Molina is so handy for those team fights. Every single time. I doubt the doubter's gonna be counting their money, at least for now, but now the game's looking to be ended. Entropy also being used, but not fully committed. Firaga armor also being popped, but Ramoon, Immortality, will he survive? Yes, he does. Lord marching down. Meteor Shower not ready, and Tartarus, folks, are going to be your champion.
soaring up high onto the sky against LCF, able to get the champion. And look at this guy staring at us. They're so confident, right? Look at them. They were like, yeah, I'm gonna be winning anyway. And Eden was like, yeah, I'm gonna be picking my special hero, Nana, into the last game that we are having. Clean sweep, easy, ready.
I mean, I just look at the middle and I just see Joseph staring into my soul, at least to question a little bit of the things that happened today. But folks, man, oh man, how long has this been going on? 2 weeks of the tournament for a conclusion here in the Indian qualifiers through International Season 2. At least we have Tartarus as the champions.
Deserving, but look at that MVP here, Mr. Innocent, not so innocent, and a new hero that he's brought up to the table for today in this tournament so far again. And he's also going for the high-end dry here. So he was winning solo, and look at the tough boots that he built. So this has to be the sustain that he was looking for. And when you are so ahead in this, you're not gonna build out the divine glaives already, because even with the holy crystal, it's been melting everyone. And there was just too much for the side of LCF to handle. Even though they had a lot of frontliners, they were melted down all the time. And I really like the CC pick here also for the side of Tartarus again, because he was doing quite a lot with the zone, with the damage, with the dive. No wonder he got the malefic roar here. 2 damage plus penetration. There was too much.
A lot of burst here coming from Tartarus. And LCF again. The composition which they had in mind would probably work better in the previous patch, at least before Revitalize got nerfed, before these certain tank items got changed, at least balanced out. So the fact that, you know, you don't really know how to build against this team composition. You saw Rudy pick up the blade armor, but if again you don't get the radiant armor for Innocent, and it's just gonna shred, which we saw him did. The passive just not enough for the Bastia. And now they're looking at the highest goal per minute. It's gonna be Innocent alongside the highest damage dealt. Meanwhile, the highest damage taken this time around is gonna be LCF's Anti here alongside with 122,000. But nonetheless, Kimmy with the most assists. As always, he is the best wingman after all.
You know, I feel like this guy is so perfect on whatever he's using, because even with the sets, even with the heal supports, also his rotation is very different, and his team are, you know, even adapting to it quite well. And look at this position right here. This fight was taking so long, around 3 minutes, but they were able to trade all over. And Tartarus, they did win out on this one as well. And look at this, Innocent, right? He did fall down, but he took 2 with him, which is a gain as well. And like right here also, Saramun wasn't able to do anything because Mugi was in a good position here. And yeah, this fight right here, Rudy was trying to block all the damage that's coming through, and he's quite melted here. Oh my god, too much damage onto the hands of the CC as well. Oh, there was I did not see. There was a yeah, that was so good. Oh, 3 dots also. Oh my god.
Yep. It's just picture perfect there, and you could even say they played the perfect ballet here. And you know, some of these fights took so long, at least for the first replay, that we saw at least Saramun, the export, falling down. Going down and then respawning, taking the orange buff, and then joining the fight once again. That's how long it took. But now Tartarus, man, they're unstoppable right now.
Yeah, they're unbeatable. And again, I think it's also the fact that they have Rafaela here. Even though they trade out their lives, they are coming back just to take just to make their debts not worth it again for LCF. And I don't think they have any kind of reply for those. And it was unfortunate to see 2 of these top teams bring it out, rolling it out on this best of 5 series and ending it with a clean sweep, because I also manifested a bit of a comeback for the side of LCF. But Tartarus, I think they are so dominant. And look at Kyle, Innocent, still in front of us. He wants to start in this.
I mean, he played wonderfully well here, folks. But again, now we are possibly this is the Indian qualifiers. So now moving on to the true international. We're gonna have wait, how many teams? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 different countries here qualified. Is it 9?
Oh.
Or did I count wrong?
Yeah, it
1, 2,
has
no,
to- it
1, 2,
can't be.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 different countries. Sorry, my bad. We have a Friends
It has
X.
to be.
I need to get my glasses, Debbie. Friends X and N8V. Okay, sorry for butchering your name if I did. N8IV. Okay, and we have IC Paradise, KK Esports, Leon Esports, Onyx Paradox, Quantum Satoru Alpha, MSU Esports, Timor Puro, Trident Continue, Timor Puro once again. Oh wait, no, never mind. Veni Vidi VC. Oh my bad. And the Cosmic Frogs, Tartarus, as well as LCF here, all qualifying. And did I miss any team, Debbie?
No. I think you did. You had it all. You did not need glasses, man, because you did it all.
Okay.
You know, one thing was assigning it to my eyes is the Indo team here. Cosmic Frogs. Well, but that's sick name right here. And I think we also have a wait. Where are we drafting? What are we drafting, Joel? We're drafting me and Linwell.
Yeah, we're gonna have a 5v5 with just caster versus caster. 5 phones, guys. But yes.
I already lost to Linwell though.
I mean, that was a long time ago. It was a rank match too. So again, rank is different from
tournament, right?
Again, tournament, yeah.
Yep. I would say congratulations to Tartarus again. That they're gonna be having a jersey for themselves. Oh, it's gonna be sponsored. Man, I really wanted a jersey too for myself. I could have. I had the if I had a squad, I could have joined and then. But who will beat Tartarus, man? Even LCF couldn't do it.
Well, hopefully in the international stage, maybe there will be interesting games, at least, or interesting matchups for these teams, at least for Tartarus. Nonetheless, though, pretty interested to see what happens from that on. But for now, folks, for the grand finals, before we part ways, Debbie, any last words?
I just would say that, you know, for our nation, let's say, LCF and Tartarus are the best team to go and represent in the Indian qualifier and the true international represent us. So I hope that they do well. I have trust in both of them, and I know that they will be able to perform so well against those big teams. And I'm sure Bolty already also mentioned into the introduction as well who they are and which states, which countries they are gonna be. But I put all my full trust in them, and I hope you guys, whoever are in the whoever's viewing, knows to support them, to cheer for them, because this is international we are talking about. We are going big, they are going big, and these are the selected teams, not selected, but they fought their way. But I would, you know, they are just, it just means that they are the best. So yeah, cheer for them, support them. That's what I'm gonna say.
Yep. Very well said. And once again, thank you to all the teams that participate in this tournament in the Indian Qualifiers True International Season 2. And again, the title in mind, Season 2. You will be getting more opportunities, perhaps, if we do have in the future. So look forward to them and look forward to the next phase of this tournament, if it does happen in this channel. I'm not too sure for that, but yeah. Then again, thank you everyone for watching. Thanks to all the fans of these teams, supporters, the chat, the people who casted, the people who played, the teams that came and gone, and for now, and the people behind the scenes alongside also, because again, the tournament is not possible with all of these crucial members. And again, huge shout out to our streamer also, False JL. And before that though, we will be and that will be all for tonight, I believe. And stay tuned for more tournaments to come, at least here. And once again, huge shout out to NEXT G and True International. But stay safe, stay good, stay hydrated. It's pretty hot nowadays. And good night, folks. Bye bye.